have Mr. Durham is with us again.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Glad you're here.
Yeah.
We've got the county clerk for Lawrence County, Russ Brewer.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Well, welcome aboard.
All right.
We're going to drag Russ through the mud today.
Yeah.
That's okay.
He can handle it.
I'm ready.
So what's this about a write-in opponent?
Yeah. Thankfully, the election's over, so.
Yeah.
You got 4 more years.
4 more years, yes.
When's the start date of the
Well, now,
next
wait a minute,
term?
wait a minute. You hadn't told folks who he is.
He said he was a county clerk.
Oh,
Yeah.
did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to be listening over here. So you not to push buttons. Just
Well, I
listen.
had a distraction walking through.
I
so-
got you. Yeah. I understand.
All right.
But September 1st is when we officially take office for the new term. We're going to be, the courthouse is closing down at 11 on the 1st, and we'll take our oaths of office after lunch. I think we're going to go to lunch and then have our oaths of office after that.
Where do you go to that? Up the theater or something?
No, we'll do it in the big courtroom upstairs
Oh,
at
okay.
the courthouse.
Yeah. All right.
And I'm
Where are
sure
you going to lunch?
wherever the ladies tell me they want to go. So that's where we're going to lunch. So I don't know yet.
Well, will you be buying?
Yes,
Okay.
just for my office.
I was going to say, that sounds like an open door right there.
Well, no, I feel like I work for you because I come see you every year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Once a year,
Once
you're
a
through
year.
there.
So I got a question to ask you that you can clarify that everybody asked me, and I don't know, and they may have asked Stanley and LB too. What are these black tags? Is that a special purpose tag? You know what I'm talking about.
I do. It's called In the Black, and there's how. Let me just tell you, if you want a specialty plate, you have to go out. You have to pre-sell 1,000 of those. So any of those specialty plates you
Yep.
see, you've got to go out and you've got to pre-sell 1,000 of those. Well, that one's In the Black, and the best way I can describe who that group is it's a conservative millennial group that's for accountability and a government spending.
I thought it had some type of connotation like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then there's another one that's called the Equity Alliance, which is another black tag, which is a progressive group that's for accountability in the government.
Well, how do you tell them apart?
They're a little different. And then we've got another black tag that's very popular with the Jeep on it. That's Explore Tennessee. And but there's dozens. If you come in our office, there's a wall with all the plates,
Yeah.
specialty plates. Well, that's not even all of them.
Oh, really?
Yes, there's a few more than what's up on that wall. We've just never sewed them. So, but that's what that is, In the Black.
So, but if I wanted to get a tag that said Keith-1,
Yes.
I'd have to apply for that.
You go online, you go to the state's website, and you have to apply. And you got to see if there's already a Keith 1. You might be Keith 17.
Yeah, I don't want to be 17.
Yeah,
you know.
when it comes through. But you have to see if that plate's available, and then the Secretary of State or someone in his office has to approve that. So if you wanted to say something,
It can't be vulgar.
yes,
Yeah.
they'll shoot that down.
Yeah, I got you. Well, that's pretty cool. I've always wondered what those black plates were, and I didn't know that there were more than one.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Is there a cost to those?
yeah. They're $36 more,
$36 more.
and some of that money, I'm sure some of it goes to the state.
And to a young millennial conservative, that's not a lot of money. They're willing to spend that on that.
That's for accountability and government
Frivolously
spending.
spend that on an extra plate, you know.
Well, I guess it started way back when the colleges and alumni of the colleges started doing that in states and.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know when it started, but yeah, the college specialty plates have been out forever.
Yeah.
And-
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, well, and it just drives me crazy, us being here in Tennessee, and somebody, I want that Alabama plate.
That's right. And
Yeah,
are you one of them?
The Alabama fans
I
sitting
used to
over here.
I've always called that a handicap tag.
Yes.
Yeah, I always made them mad when I first moved up here. I lived in Tuscaloosa and went to school there, so I moved up here and I said, "Oh, y'all got an Alabama tag," so I got that, and so the guys out at the golf course says, "Why you got that Tennessee tag, that Alabama tag on a Tennessee car? That's not right. That's just not right." I said, "Well, I paid my Tennessee tax with it."
That's
Yeah.
right.
Well, that's just about like, when Alabama wins a game, they play Dixieland and Light, and they say Tennessee Back Road in it.
Oh, yeah.
So Russ, there's a lot of things that go on in your office? Obviously, because I can remember when we went through our adoption, there was a lot of paper signing and stamping that went on in your office. What all goes on in there?
There's a lot, and I've got it written down, so I don't.
Oh well, yeah. Well, you don't.
Well, I mean, we all think a car tag.
Yeah,
but it's more
that's,
than that.
yeah, that's
The
basically.
big thing is when you buy or purchase a car, you're going to come registered in our office. Then, when it comes to renew your tags, we're doing that. But that takes up most of our work.
Yeah.
But we also, when you need your marriage license, you come to us to get your marriage license. We're a passport acceptance facility. Means we accept the passports on new passports, and we send those to the off to the federal government. Now, passport renewals are a little different. If your passport is still good within 5 years, we can help you with your renewal, but we can't process that. But we'll help you put it together and send that off.
Cool.
Business license, you come get your business license through us. We handle all the notaries for the county. Of course, when you buy a boat, you've got to come register your boat with us. And all we do with the boats is we take the taxes for the TWRA. We collect those taxes. As of now, boats are not titled in Tennessee, but I think that's going to change. We're going to see titles on boats
wow.
coming soon.
That's big news.
We also we take care of the beer licenses for the county, and we handle the renewals for that. I'm the clerk for the beer board, so when the beer board meets, and it's only a handful of times a year that our beer board actually meets, I'm the clerk for that. We collect your hotel motel tax. That's a lot of money that comes into the county. And then one of my big jobs is I'm the basically for the commission. I'm the secretary, the clerk. I'm the clerk for the commission. So I keep the minutes for the commission. We keep all the records and all that for the county commission. But that's just some of what we do in our office.
Wow, I did that really
Yeah.
surprised me. I knew some of that, but not all of it.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. So
Did you know that going into
yeah,
it?
I knew that going in, and I did know that going in. But and there's only so much you can. We've got some girls that are really good at this
Oh, yeah.
area. They're all trained on everything, but we've got the ones we go to if we've got a question about this, we've got a question about that. So, but yeah, I knew there was a lot.
So when you first got elected 4 years ago, did you go to a school or a seminar or something?
Oh, there's all kinds of schools, but they don't, how those schools work.
You learn more doing it, right?
Yeah, they'll tell you some things, and you'll meet with the state, and they'll talk about laws, and you can't do this, and you can't do that. But until you get in there, you don't know.
It's a baptism of sorts. You got to
Yes.
just jump in.
Yes, yes, that's exactly right.
So you're the county tax collector, basically.
Well, no. Now, Kylie Weathers would be the trustee. They collect the property taxes, so property taxes go through Kylie's office. But
And you said he takes more than you do.
oh yeah, property taxes are a lot more. We collect the wheel tax. Wheel tax is $25. There's roughly 40,000 cars in Lawrence County. Everybody talks about the wheel tax. We're just getting rich out of it. We're making about $1 million a year from the wheel tax.
Yeah, and that you can't pave maybe a mile of road with that, or maybe 2 miles of road.
Can you even get a mile with $1 million?
I don't know. If you're having to buy ground, you can't.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely not. So. But yeah, everything's just gotten crazy expensive.
If you want to talk about expensive, I lived in Mississippi. I lived in Lawrenceburg, but I had a place in Mississippi too, and I worked down there, and I had to buy Mississippi tags. You don't want to buy tags in Mississippi.
Well, you don't want to buy tags
It's
in
hundreds
Alabama.
and hundreds of dollars.
Oh yeah, it's
So-
probably based off the
value of the
age
car.
and the value.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you drive a new car, it's unbelievable.
That's the way it is in Alabama, and they even have an income tax there.
Yes. What cracks me up, we'll get somebody that, and there's a lot of people moving from out of state, a lot of California people, Washington State, and they'll come in and they'll purchase their tags and they'll go, wow, that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Stanley comes in my office, who's lived here for 20 years, and he'll come in and go, I just can't believe I'm paying this much.
That's exactly right. You see both ends of the spectrum. So let me ask you a question. My company truck has a Giles County tag on it. So when it comes for time to renewal, do I have to get a Lawrence County tag?
Well, it was probably bought in Giles County.
It was bought in Giles County.
You can keep the same tag. When you come through that happens a lot. all right, I'm going to put my clerk hat on here for a second.
Okay.
Now, we're not out enforcing this, but when you go buy a car in Giles County, Murray County, Davidson County, and they send those through the Davidson County clerk, Giles County clerk, Murray County clerk, they can process and do that, but they're not charging you a wheel tax.
That's right. They're not charging Lawrence County wheel tax.
They're not charging you a Lawrence County wheel tax because they can't charge you a wheel tax in their county because you're not a resident of that county. So technically, if you do that, you're supposed to come by the clerk's office, bring your registration, your paperwork where you bought that, pay $25, and we'll give you a little Lawrence County sticker to put over theirs. Now, most
and
people,
I've got that, so we must have done that.
yeah, then you probably did that.
Yeah.
Most people, sometimes they do that, sometimes they don't. But if it's been a year and you're come in to renew, and we're not going to dun you on that, say, well, you didn't pay your wheel tax. Just tell the girls, hey, I've got a Giles County sticker. Can I get a Lawrence County sticker? And we'll give you one, and you can put that on.
Now, what if you forget to do your renewal and it's late? Do they charge you a late fee?
There's no late penalties, no. No
Oh,
late
okay.
penalties.
But you could get pulled over.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they do. People get pulled over, and, a lot. So,
That's probable cause, I guess.
oh, yeah. Well, I mean, police, if they see that your tag's out, you are going to get pulled over. So,
Yeah. Well, that's Russ. You've opened my eyes this morning. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
let me say this while I'm thinking about it. On passports. Passports, when you come in our office and you see them lined up out the hall, it's usually because we have 2 passports, and that's fine. We're not saying we're not going to process passports, but it just takes a while to process those passports.
Yeah.
So our hours are Monday through Thursday, 8 to 3:30 on passports. We don't do them on Friday. We're just too busy. Fridays are a busy day, and we just can't do them on Friday. Yearly, we have to get certified for passports, and we have to take training. Today's the day we're doing that. So
Wow.
at 1 o'clock today, we're closing the office, and we're all going to get recertified this afternoon for passports. So we will be closed at 1 today for the remainder of the day. So, but we're going to get certified. We're going to take one day or one evening and knock that out.
Well, I want to say, and I'm not saying this just because you're here, I would say it to anybody that was speaking about your office, is I go in there more than once a year, and I find it very easy to navigate, people easy to work with and talk to, and you're right there, you help out too, and so it's not like you're in this office in the back corner somewhere. I like the fact that you're sitting out front a lot of times, and when you go in, you see you. You're the dude.
Yeah, well, I should be. There's 9 of us that work there,
Yeah,
so you can't.
yeah.
You've got to. It's a working job.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I'm doing. Like right now, we're transitioning to ADA. You got to do a lot in county government with ADA now. So we've got a new program called Civic Plus, where we'll be able to. I don't think we're going to stream at first, but we're going to have video capabilities. I'm sure WLX will still come in and do a live on that. We're not planning on doing that, but we are going to start video recording our meetings. But while we're doing this, all the commissioners are going to have tablets now where you can vote, where it's going to be just like this. Where when they vote, you can see it real time. But this is part of the ADA compliance. You've got to have all this stuff. You've got to have all your minutes and all your stuff backed up and on the internet where people can look at that. So that is coming, and I'm working on that. So I am hiding off in my back room. I will be for the rest of this month, probably working on that because we're rolling it out in September. So that's a lot going on there.
So let me ask you. I think earlier we talked about the wheel tax. That was initially imposed to go towards school debt, right?
Yes, in the mid '80s.
So, and if I'm not mistaken, was that not supposed to go away when the debt was satisfied?
When I ran 4 years ago, that's all I heard was everybody said when the schools were paid off, that's supposed to go away. I went back and read the original resolution.
Yeah.
Never said anything about that.
Right.
And it's a tax, guys.
Sure.
You don't know any politician that's going to take a tax away after it gets started. So it's not. Nowhere in that resolution did it say that after that debt's paid off that's going to roll out. And all it does now, it just goes over into the general fund. So I believe, this is my belief, and I was 12 years old when that happened. I believe that might have been a talking point. Well, we'll get rid of once we pay this school debt off, we'll
Yeah.
get rid of that wheel tax.
Yeah, but then, in reality, there's probably never a time in our lifetime that the school hasn't had some type of astronomical debt service to pay,
Oh, yeah.
with new buildings going up and what new buildings cost these days, it's
Yes.
unbelievable.
So what I've learned is I can drive over to Pulaski and get my tags without paying the bill.
Yes, you can. Now, but Giles County's talking
But
about
you-
implementing one.
But you
so-
have to show proof of residency,
Oh,
wouldn't you?
okay.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
And that's been a sticking point in our office because you've always supposed to have been able to show proof of where you live before you get a tag. Well, the state really didn't care if you,
Yeah.
they didn't.
Well, they mail you something in the mail, you carry it right in the office,
yeah. Well, it's gotten a little bit more strict on that. Like when you come into us for the first time, you've got to have 2 proofs of residency saying, "Hey, I live where I live."
Yeah.
Now, if you've already got a car registered,
Sure.
that's simple.
And you can do it via mail, though, can't you? Can you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
So, in Alabama, my tag down, the last time I did my tag down there was like $150, and I come back up here and it was like $52. So saving
And you still
almost
complained?
$100. I'm just kidding them.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, Alabama does it different. Theirs is based on the age and the price and all kinds of different stuff.
So you don't have Alabama people coming up here trying to get tagged,
No,
Tennessee tags,
no.
right? Okay.
No, but
Saying
people
they have a
want
P.O. box up
People
here?
want to initially register their car in Alabama because the sales tax is not as much when you
Right.
first purchase that car in Alabama, and then they'll want to bring it back here. Well,
Then you got to pay the difference. Supposed to.
it's supposed, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand.
Well, it's kind of hard to keep up with, really.
Yeah, there's a
mean-
lot. And I've got great girls. They take care of me. I mean, they make me look good. They're the ones that make me look good. It's not me. So,
So you can pay your tag online
oh yeah.
or through the mail, or they could, like a lot of folks, drive to your office.
I suggest going in the office,
Well, they got a drive-through.
Yeah, the drive-through's great.
but you can't see all the tags on the wall.
Well,
that's part of it.
if you're just doing a quick renewal, and that
Yeah.
drive-through just stays busy all day long.
Yeah.
Just renewal, and it's very handy for us. That works out great for us having the drive-through window.
So is there a tag down there that you've never seen anybody buy?
Oh, there's all kinds.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
and then we've got there's a plethora of them. There's a ham radio. I'm looking at this radio here on
Oh, yeah.
Radio 7 Media. There's a ham radio plates, and I think this is neat. But like if your ham radio number's A7691, well, that's what your plate's going to be.
Yeah.
And I don't know how ham radio numbers work, but it's
Yeah.
the same
basically
number.
a call sign for an operator. Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's pretty cool.
those are neat. We've got there's dozens and dozens of specialty plates.
And the older ham radio, the older you are, the longer you've been a ham radio operator, the shorter your number is. So if you got any 4-digit ham operators, they've been in ham for a long
Yeah,
time.
okay.
Yeah.
I knew I'd find something he knew about with ham.
I remember back in the CB craze, back in the 70s, I had to file something for the FCC to get a license or something just to be a CB operator.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Would you have some kind of big linear on yours or something?
Yeah.
Or you're broadcasting
If
across America?
if you were
when
going to
do-
broadcast on a CB, whether it was a home setup or a car setup, you
Yeah,
had to
you
have
had to
a
have one.
license.
Did you
to
have to have a
FCC.
handle? What was your handle?
I ain't gonna say.
You don't want to tell me what your handle was?
You know,
Oh,
okay,
yeah, I'd
y'all are
like to hear
making y'all know that I went to Alabama, but
Yeah.
growing up, I was a University of Tennessee fan.
Yeah.
So my handle was the Volunteer.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I like it.
But when did you obviously drop that?
I moved to Tuscaloosa in '81, and
It couldn't be the volunteer
I
anymore.
started going being an Alabama fan.
Hey, GPSs do it for you now, and your car will tell you, hey, there's a cop up ahead or whatever. You know when you're driving maybe to
Yeah.
Florida or something. But I can remember making trips to Florida and having a CB in the car, and you're talking to every northbound trucker. What about you northbound? What's in your back door? And they're telling you, hey, there's a cop down at the 57. He's sitting in the zipper, And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
And
We got me and my dad were in he had like an old '66 Pontiac, and we drove out to go see my uncle, his brother, when we was out in Killen. Well, it had a CB antenna on the back of it. So we're listening to the radio, you know, and somebody said, there's a trooper or whatever they called them back then, copperheads or something like that. There's somebody, a Smoky, that's what it
Smoky.
was.
Yeah.
There's a Smoky on Highway 72 coming through Killing. And we looked up, we laughed, we said, there he is right there, you know, and we turned off. We get to my uncle's driveway. Well, here comes that state trooper right behind us. Because he saw that CB antenna on the back, and he was listening evidently to the CB radio, and he pulled us over.
What did he pull you over for?
I can't remember. I don't even remember how it ended. I was probably 15, couldn't drive or whatever at that time. But I mean, the Smoky State Trooper pulled us over.
Yeah.
So they had a CB radio.
They're aren't they if you see one, you get on it and say, "Hey, they're
Yeah.
full grown," is what you call them. They're fully grown officers when you get to be a state. So there's a full grown up in the.
Yeah, they got their whole
center of the road.
lingo.
Yeah,
I used to know all that stuff, but
yeah. When Smokey and the Bandit came out, man, that was cool to me.
Oh, it's a great movie.
It still is a great movie.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
and
well, tell us about are you the only male in the office? You have
I've got 8 ladies that work with me. Yes, I'm the only male. We've got, there's 20, 30 of us in the admin building right there. And we've got a close-knit group. I'm close to Brady, who's upstairs. Of course, David, the county exec, Tara, Kylie. And then, of course, you got other people across the street, but just right there in our little building. We're pretty close. And I think y'all know me well enough to know I can't just sit still all day.
Yeah.
So I make my rounds every day. So I have to go say hi to everybody. And sometimes I have to do that in the morning and in the evening. So, but we've got a good bunch of people over there, and that are going to take care of you, do what they need to do. So if you've got any issues in the county, you're going to come to that admin building and get that taken care of. As long as it's not court related, of course, that'll be in the courthouse. So.
Does anybody ever come in there and just get ugly?
Oh yeah, people are
About
mad.
what?
People
I
are
don't
mad
understand that
at the
these
government these days.
Yeah,
and I get it, But they're just generally mad at the government, and they come in and they'll
And they take it out on whoever they waits on them.
And you just got to grin and bear it, smile, but if it's too much, I'll step in and what are we doing here? What's going on?
Yeah.
You tell somebody that, if you look at somebody and say, what's going on? What's your problem? They kind of just look at you a lot of times like,
I don't know. I just
yeah.
felt like complaining.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't cause the problem. I mean, or whatever the problem is.
Well, we may have. We can mess stuff up too, but if we do that, we try to fix it. But we can't do everything for everybody, and there's a lot of times there's issues with titles. Let me say this about a title. While we're talking about titles, that's the biggest thing.
Yep.
If somebody's selling you a car and their name's not on the front of that title, guess what? They don't own that car.
Yep.
I don't care if they paid their brother or whoever, they don't own that car. And that's one of our biggest things is, well, so-and-so sold it to me. Well, they're not the owner of that car. They can't do that.
Yeah, as far as you're concerned.
Yeah, as far as the state's concerned.
Yeah, that's right.
And they probably did pay for that car, and
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything, they're not trying to.
So if a child, an adult child, their parent can't drive anymore, let's say, so they take over the car, and the title's still in the mother's name or whatever, they need to do a title change, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that costs money to do
Yes,
that.
it costs money. And you've got to pay for a new title. You've got to pay for a new tag. It's about $60, $70 to, do that.
But you got to prove you got legal authority to do that, though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, I can't just go get my mom's title and come put it in my name.
No.
But if you had power of attorney on that
Sure,
person,
power of attorney, you could do that. Also, like say, for instance, if Keith were to give his mother one of his cars, we've got forms. The state allows you just got to have your paper. You know how this, you got to have your paperwork in order.
Yeah.
But you can gift that car to your mother and not have to pay taxes. You can gift a car to anybody and not have to pay taxes.
Yeah.
You just have to have that paperwork to go along with that.
Well, talking about that, I know this is a big deal, is because I sold a boat one time, and the motor's completely dead on it. And then I get a letter from the state wanting to know why I sold that boat so cheap. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, the motor's completely dead on it, and I sure wasn't going to put another nickel in it. I would have, matter of fact, I'd have paid somebody to take it away from me, you know. that kind of thing. But they do look up on that.
Oh,
kind
they
of
do.
stuff.
They check that out, and they'll, and we'll get people in that'll have, I bought this for $100, and we'll go. It's a 2015.
That's a heck of a deal, buddy.
2015 with 80,000 miles. We'll say, was it running? Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll say, well, the state considers that a low sales price. You have to fill this out, and blah blah blah, and
Do you know how they go by that? I mean, do they got this list of, okay, a 2015 Tahoe is going to be worth this?
it's supposed to be. It's so vague. You get such vague answers when
Yeah.
you ask the state the question, but it's supposed to be 75% of like Kelly Blue Book value.
Oh, okay.
But we're not looking up values.
Yeah, I mean, you got all
We're
other
not.
things
We're
to do.
not the.
You don't police that, no.
No.
And if,
No,
the,
we'll
state,
just
if the
tell-
state wants to do it, they can do it.
Yeah, we'll tell somebody, the state's going to consider this a low sales price. And we've actually got a form that you can, just like a gift form, that you can fill out for a low sales price. Like
Yeah.
for your boat, for instance.
Yeah.
If you sold it cheap, you could have given them, the motor doesn't work, and, had a little addendum to attach with that. Then you wouldn't have got a
Well,
call
I didn't
from the
consider it cheap. My boat's a money pit.
Oh,
And
okay,
so,
yeah.
you throw it, let's get rid of it,
Yeah.
and type thing. And so, but, I didn't have to prove anything. I just said, hey, motor was dead, and that was that,
Yeah,
I mean, they're not going to,
you send
they're not coming down and quizzing you on it.
No.
You send a letter back and said, I paid the guy to take the boat away.
Exactly. Exactly.
And then you're going to have the IRS on him because he didn't report that income.
Exactly.
That's what a lot of it is when it goes to that. They're just looking to make sure that you're not trying to, scam the state out of taxes. And they will, they check into that stuff,
Sure.
as you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we don't police that, but the state may.
Well, it's neat that your office tells people that, hey, the state's probably going to flag on this and come write you a letter
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
So you do marriage license.
Yes.
Do you do the ceremonies too?
No. I've done a couple, but it's just something we don't do. We don't do the ceremonies, no.
Now, if you're a notary public, you can do a
Yes.
ceremony.
Yes, notaries in the state can marry people.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So, and there's a few people that offer that service. We've got a list of people that offer that. Of course, they're charging you. They're going to charge you a little something to do that.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Well, no, I've got a license to conduct marriages. I got through internet.
Yeah.
So
And
if
that's
you need
a-
somebody, tell them to holler at me.
Well, that's another sticking point we don't need to get into, but the state's been sued by those online because they don't want to accept those. But we're not questioning that. If you come in and so-and-so says they married you, we're not seeing
Yeah.
where you got your license at.
There's a whole list of people that can marry you, though. If you're
Oh, yeah.
if you're ordained in the church, you can do that.
That's another very vague law. It says something like if you're over a flock, well, that could be a deacon, it could
Yeah.
be
yeah,
a lot of
a
different
pastor, or
things. Yeah.
deacon, or
Sunday school
bishop,
teacher.
whatever.
Sunday school teacher. I mean, it really could. I mean, they write these laws vague, I think, in a lot of ways. So you're just kind of,
That's interesting.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know why it matters anymore. If two people walked up and said, "Hey, I'm married," and they filed as married, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, they don't carry their license around to prove that they're married.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been questioned on me and my wife being married,
Yeah, I want to see that marriage license.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. If you've asked us to produce it, it's gone, I guess.
Well, we have it in our office.
Oh, you
If
do? Oh, heck.
There's a copy somewhere.
Oh, me.
But, it's like me and my wife. We've been married 40 years. There's no telling where our marriage license is at.
Do you think you could find it if you really looked?
Probably not.
I would say the same thing. I bet we don't even have ours.
Probably
I
not.
don't know. My wife drags stuff out sometimes.
But now I can tell you exactly where mine and my ex-wife's marriage license is at.
Where?
Me and my daddy throwed it in the heater and burned it up.
Oh, there you go.
Well, is there anything else we need to know about your office?
No, just know we're not going to be there this afternoon, so we're closing at 1.
Is there a Facebook page or a web page? Or?
The county has a web page, Lawrence County, Tennessee Government. The clerk's office doesn't, but if I need to post something, I post it on there. We post about this closing today, but that's where you can see stuff. You go to, if you go to the Lawrence County's website, you can find a lot of stuff. You can get the online marriage license where you can go ahead and apply for the marriage license. You still have to come in and show your IDs.
You did a blood test down there?
No blood test required anymore.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's been done away with for
Did
a long
y'all do a
time.
blood test?
Me and my first wife had to do a blood test, I believe, but me and Barbara didn't have to.
What was, I don't even know what you're
They just
talking
make
about.
sure you wouldn't kin to each other.
Well,
They
I
did
was
a
going to
blood
say,
test. Yeah.
Alabama got rid of that a long time ago.
Really?
I know.
Well, they claimed at one time that two certain blood types, like say you were positive and your wife was negative, then that they said there could be something wrong with it. If you had a child, it could be something wrong with it.
Yeah.
That you couldn't cross the
So-
negative and positive somehow like
Here's
that.
an interesting law. I don't think this pertains to Tennessee, but in the state of Alabama, you can only get married so many times. Like you got 7 times. If you want to get married the 8th time, you can't get married in the state of Alabama. You got to go somewhere else.
Like Vegas, they don't care. They,
No, they don't care.
They don't care if you're
But
already
I think in
married.
Tennessee it's unlimited.
Oh, there you go.
So
Yeah.
in Alabama you got so many cousins. I
Well,
guess.
who wants to get married 8 times?
I don't know.
You go to Utah and you get married 8 times the same,
Same
night.
day.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, see, now Elizabeth Taylor, she was married 7 or 8 times, wasn't she?
And what's Johnny Carson?
Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a lot of ex-wives.
I'm not. I don't care about marriage license personally.
Yeah.
Personally.
What do you got
You
going
over
on,
that,
Stanley?
huh?
I'm done with that.
Well, it's, but I've had my eyes open today. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You do a lot of stuff down there.
It's an interesting job. It's a fun job. I enjoy it. And I appreciate everybody. The complimentary votes I got this time, I appreciate that. Tommy Lee wants to get the most complimentary votes.
I didn't look at that. Did you beat him?
No, I didn't. He beat me, but I think it's interesting. Kylie got the most complimentary votes.
Oh, okay.
So Kylie needs to do a little bragging to Tommy
Kylie's
Lee.
a big teddy bear, you know.
Oh, Kylie's a great guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he gets all the women votes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
guy.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
You're exactly right.
Going back, you see the growth of Lawrence County by the people that come through there from other states. So where are you seeing the majority of people coming from?
It's out west. The California, Washington State, a lot of people. And you don't really see a lot of people like from the north. I think they go to Florida.
Yeah.
But we see a lot of people from California, and the census has Lawrence County at 47? It was less than that, but I think if you look now, they're saying we've got like 47. I think we've got 50,000 people in this county.
Here we had this exact discussion Monday at the county election commission meeting, and what we do is every time we get together, there's a stack of papers that the board has to go through of people who have registered to vote. And basically, it's just another set of eyes on these papers to make sure that the signatures are there and everything like that. But we process a stack of them every time we meet, and we're thinking, is the voter roll going up? Is it expanding? And it is a little bit, but not to the proportion that you think, because there must be more people dying out than
Oh, yeah, there's
coming in.
people that
So-
dying out.
Yeah, and so it's just we had almost the exact same conversation, because you get to see where these people come from. It's like
Yeah.
previous residents is on there, and you're right. There's a lot of folks from California and Washington, and we saw some New Jersey folks, moving in.
Well, I saw on YouTube the other day about the 5 places to retire in Tennessee, and Lawrenceburg made that list. So evidently there's some marketing going on or something to kind of,
I didn't see that. That's good. I mean, I think that's awesome.
well, that's why my family came up from Winston County, Alabama at the turn of the century in the 1900s. There was some real estate guy saying, hey, come on up here. We got better farmland up here. And
Yeah.
there was one family moved. The next thing you know, here comes a whole bunch of other families
And my
coming
family was amongst those.
in. From Winston County?
Yep.
One thing Lawrence County is blessed with is water. Even in the
Yeah.
driest times, we have water.
Yeah.
And a lot of I've heard it said that all the water we have in Lawrence County originates here, and so we got a lot of.
Well, we got a lot of limestone deposits, and
and
that's
Show Creek
clean
just
water.
originates right
Yeah.
right outside of
Second
town.
Creek
Yeah,
does, and
yeah.
Buffalo River does.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, there's a lot of,
I've never
Originating
thought about
water.
that, but yeah, that's true.
so.
Little known fact about Russ, some people may know, but he was our PA announcer at Lawrence County High School for the football and basketball games.
Yeah.
So if you've heard that voice before, you heard it probably in a gym or at the football stadium.
Yeah, you don't do it anymore?
Don't do it. This is be my second year I haven't done it.
Oh, wow.
So but all my kids, my nieces and nephews are all out of school, and it's time. I've been doing it, 20 years, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's hard to think that.
I know. I don't feel like I'm an old man, but I am.
Well, I've been sitting. I wasn't going to say nothing, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. I've been sitting here looking at Russ, and I finally figured out who he reminds me of. Jim Carrey.
What?
Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, he's a little bit more. I do get animated sometimes with my faces, but he's a lot more animated.
But you got
than me.
great hair, and he does too.
Well, I just got, it'll fall down here in a little bit, but thank you for the great, that just made my day, Keith. Great hair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait till I tell my girlfriend that.
I mean, I just Googled Jim Carrey, and I was like, wow, look at that. You guys are, I mean, is that not,
Yeah.
I mean, you got the Jim Carrey cut.
Yeah, I do.
It looks good.
Yep.
I see where you're coming from, Lonnie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good observation there, Lonnie.
Yeah.
So,
Of course, they tell me I'm just like chicken. I don't look like nothing.
right.
Well,
anything else we need to know?
No, just
Covered everything already.
we've covered a lot. Thank y'all for having me.
Well, thank you for coming up. I mean, there's no senior discounts.
No senior discounts. Now there's relief you can get on property taxes, but not on the vehicle side. Nothing in my office.
Because it's cheap already.
Yeah, I
In
mean,
comparison to property taxes. is what
yeah.
I'm saying.
I mean, of course, when you buy a car and you pay that 7%, that's not cheap. But
Oh, yeah. It's horrible.
What is the tax in Alabama?
5, I think, isn't it?
I don't know.
it's
It's less than Lawrence County. I just
well,
don't
no.
know.
Talking about that, this brings something up that I remember somebody telling me when I was a kid that if you bought a vehicle in Alabama and brought it, you had to pay sales tax in Alabama. Then you brought it back to Tennessee, then you had to pay Tennessee sales tax on it. Is that
No, if you're a resident of Lawrence County and you bought it and they took out taxes in Alabama, yeah, you're going to pay more because they're going to go back. Tennessee's going to go to the state of Alabama and say, hey, live here. We need that, whatever it is. If it's 5%, we need that 5% here. Then you're going to have to pay that extra 2%. Now, if you have dual residency or have a house in Alabama and you have that car in Alabama and you've already paid taxes on it and you've owned it, for a while and bring it to Tennessee, we're not taxing you on that.
okay? All right, but
And that's when you move here from another state and already own that car. We're not taxing you again on that.
So let me get this straight. So I live in Lawrenceburg. I drive down to Florence and I buy a car from a dealer down there.
Uh-huh.
I pay the sales tax down there.
They should not collect the sales tax.
That's right. You're right.
Doesn't
But when
mean-
you
I don't
register a
have
car
to
in
pay tax
Alabama,
down
you will
there.
pay
I
the
bring
tax.
it back up here, come to your office to get a tag, and then you
you're
go,
paying
hey,
the taxes.
you got to pay the tax on it.
That's
And-
right.
But most dealerships in Florence, they collect that and they'll send us a check.
No, they'll collect the Tennessee.
They'll collect. They know what our tax rate is. They'll collect a check, send us the title, bill of sale, all the affidavits you have to have, and they'll send us a packet, and we get that together, and then most of the time it's close. They might have to pay a few dollars. Sometimes it's way off, and they have to pay $300 or $400. But if you get a good title clerk, and most of these dealerships in Florence, they know they're going to be right. They're going to be close.
I agree.
What do you going back to the marriage license? Do you have couples from out of state come to?
Hey, you could. We're just going to be the custodian of that record. So your marriage license, like your license, and if y'all got them in Lawrence County, we've got copies of those. So that's the main thing, and we send those to Vital Records, the state, and then the state keeps, I don't know what they do with it, but they have records of that as well. But if you need a copy of that, we can get you a copy of your marriage license in our office. But we can't get you one if it's another county or out of state. But yeah, if you lived in wherever and want to get a marriage license through us, you could do that.
Okay.
Why would somebody need a copy of their marriage license?
well, when you go get that star on your driver's license, and you've got to show where you were married.
Women do it more because of their name change.
We've got it made.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, once we get, we don't change.
So you
our
got to
name.
you got to prove it how your name changes.
Yes, you've got to show those steps. Well, guys have it made. We don't have to go change we don't have to go to Social Security, make sure that all that's right, get our driver's license changed.
Wow, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the big thing here lately has been the star on the driver's license.
Have you got a star on yours?
I do.
I got one now.
I don't.
Well, he can't go anywhere.
No, I
He can't fly.
I carry a passport.
Yeah, you have to carry your passport.
Yeah, I carry a passport with me.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to pay the extra to get the star. It's crazy.
Well, it's and going into federal buildings, you're supposed to have it for that. And what does that star do?
Nothing.
I don't know.
It just means that you registered your name and address and all your birth information in some federal database.
Exactly.
somewhere.
They've got more.
And it's in a
info
data
on it.
center somewhere, probably the one in Etheridge.
Yep.
They're having to build it because everybody's having to get the star.
Yep.
Now, you don't do anything with gun permits.
No.
That's all through the sheriff's department.
No. None of that's through the sheriff's department. That's through the driver's license. And what do you mean by gun permits? Like carry permits?
Yeah, or anything. I don't.
Yeah, that's through the driver's
whatever the
license.
Tennessee charges.
Yeah,
That's
sheriff.
through the,
Yeah, the DMV.
okay.
Wow.
All the sheriff does is take your gun away from you if you hadn't got a permit.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when Dad passed away, I got his guns, and I was 21 years old. I didn't know any better. Somebody said, you need to go to the sheriff's department and register those. And I thought, well, why do I need to register them? And then I walked in the sheriff's department, and I had it in a bag. But I had my shotgun in a gun case. And I walked in, this guy looks at me, he goes, what are you doing? I said, I'm going to register these. He goes, there's no registration. Get out of here. I said, okay.
What year was that?
Last year.
95.
95? Okay.
Yeah.
That could have been me.
Yeah, it might have been. But I walked in, I had it, in the case, and I go, is that a gun? I said, yeah, I'm here to register it. He goes, well, you don't have to register that.
No.
I said, all right, see ya.
But there is a lot of misconceptions on that you have to,
Oh, yeah.
But,
Yeah, because I just assumed, I had to do that. Somebody said, you got to go register that. I went, okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
But there's no gun registry. So, not in Tennessee, at least. Thank goodness.
I'm looking at my license, and I thought your driver's license had a little thing on there for handgun carry, but I don't see it on mine.
You've got a separate license. I don't know.
Yeah, I got a separate one, but on my old license, it had.
Had like handgun.
Yeah, so when you hand your officer your license, they know
Well,
you
now,
got a handgun.
now, Keith,
carry.
that fake ID you've got don't count.
It's pink. I don't
Well,
know.
the
that I
new
like
ones
it.
look so fake. They look.
Yeah,
they're
look at that.
terrible.
I
The
know.
picture's horrible.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
Pink. Why are they pink and blue? I don't understand that.
I don't know. I think it's supposed to be red and blue.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
like-
faded red, I guess.
But it just doesn't look good.
I think the printer was out of ink or pretty close. They even got my face in this hologram down here.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Do you think they'll ever go to where? Well, I guess they would never go to like 2-year deals. You always
Well,
have to-
that's talk. That's been in talk this is 4 years now. I've been in office, and for 4 years they've been talking about doing the 2-year renewal. So you can do them 1 year or 2 years, and it's just been talk. So,
So the 2-year would be paying for the 2 years.
yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
It would.
That way you don't have to do it every year.
Yeah, you could do it every 2 years. It just makes sense. I don't know why they wouldn't, but
Because it makes sense.
Well, because
why
you've
the
got
government
people
doesn't
like
do it.
me that after the 2 years, you hadn't
yeah,
been in the habit of going every year and doing it. You do it 2 years, and then you're going
they're
to,
really going to get out of the habit.
and then it's going to get out of the habit. And you think, because I don't remember they don't send out notifications.
Well,
like
they
used
send
to.
them out. Here's the thing: they send out those postcards. The state does that, and one day a month, when I guess after they send them out, now we get little returns, like 2 or 3 a time. But one day a month, I get a stack about 2 inches thick of those postcards that are returned, that either
Passed away or moved or
moved
They
or
didn't update
or
their address.
but then I know some of them, and I know some of them's the correct address that I see.
Yeah.
So they just and people, and I understand they get us. Well, I never got anything in the mail. That's why I'm late. Well, I understand that, but that does come from the state. They do mail out every one of them because I promise you, I'll throw away a big stack every month. I was keeping them, and I was going to show Paige Wally and Kip and all them, this is a waste. Then I thought, well, there's nothing they could really do about it. So why am I showing them this?
Well, let me ask you, if you pay for your renewal and 3 months down the road you moved out of the state, can you get a refund?
You cannot. It's
No
non-refundable.
All right.
And so once you buy that, it's yours.
But you can run that tag until it's expired, though.
Right.
can't you?
You could, yeah.
You could run it in the other state until it's time to renew it down.
Yeah.
Well, in my case, I got pulled over, and in Mississippi.
pulled over?
Yeah, in Mississippi. And
didn't
the
know
state
you
trooper said, and here's the reason he pulled me over. He said, "Hey, I pulled you over because I noticed that I worked at Stennis Space Center, and he sat right outside the gate, and so I passed him every day going to I had a little apartment down there, and he said, "Hey, I've noticed you coming in and out of this gate, and you've got a Tennessee tag. Do you have a?" I said, "Well, I live in Tennessee, but I've got a house here too." And he said, "Well, you need to get you a Mississippi tag tomorrow." I said, "Okay."
He
Really?
can't make you do that. That's if you've got your permanent residence in Tennessee.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I didn't argue with him. I
Yeah,
said,
you
yes,
just said
sir, and I
okay.
got it.
Yeah, but no.
And that cost me like almost $300.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I said, no wonder everybody in Mississippi drives a clunker.
Yeah. That's true.
Can't afford a car.
Well, you have to pay a fortune to get.
Oh, it's based on the
tags, you know.
value of the
yeah,
car.
and you can't have a cracked windshield or anything like that. You got to go get your car inspected, everything before you can get your tag.
Yeah, the inspections are crazy.
Yeah.
And you've lived in Mississippi. I've lived in Mississippi. Mississippi is a different place
Oh, you
than
better believe
other
it.
southern
Yeah,
states.
I would agree with that. Yes.
And I'm not no shade or knock on Mississippi,
no,
but
not at
it's a different animal altogether.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I did a faux here on interviews. I always try to tell people that tune in that during their interviews who you are. We're talking to Russ Brewer, the Lawrence County clerk.
Yeah.
I meant to do that a couple of other times.
That's all right.
And Keith Durham, former Lawrenceburg mayor.
Yeah,
Former.
X is the key word.
Ex-mayor.
Yes, that's right. X is the key word.
I
We've
didn't
got
say X, I said former.
Well, that's the more formal way to saying things.
And we've got an interesting city race coming up.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, a lot of folks throwing their hat in the ring for the city
Yeah.
It's
seats.
supposed to be tomorrow's the deadline.
Today? No,
don't
yeah,
know.
Thursday
I
is.
don't
That's
know.
right.
The 20th.
Yeah, the 20th. Today's 19th. 20th is
So-
the filing deadline. That's
You
correct.
think there's a lot of people gonna?
I've signed several papers for people
I tell
running.
you, I sign, if you bring your paper by me,
I am
I'll sign
too.
it.
I don't
'cause,
care who you
yeah,
are.
I'm the same way. Hey, I'm for people running.
You're
Yes.
asking them, why are you doing this?
Yeah, no, I don't even ask it.
Funny story how Keith, I remember how you got into politics. We were doing leadership Lawrence County.
Yeah, I remember.
And I don't know if it was the city and the county, and I think it was both of them. We went, we're visiting all the city and the county offices, and I remember Keith looking at us. He goes, I think I would enjoy doing this. and then the next thing we know, he's running for mayor. So
Yeah, well, I was commissioner 4 years before that.
that was a commissioner. Yeah, it was commissioner first.
Commissioner.
Yes.
And, the guy I was running against, I can remember being on the radio, and I was like, hey, the guy I'm running against is a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
And if I wasn't running, I'd vote for him. I was almost like the Andy Griffith deal,
Yeah.
the Barney Fife deal.
Well, I mean, small community like this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I had no
Yeah.
problems with
Well,
that.
you usually don't run against a stranger.
But
It's somebody acquaintance of some sort.
I like, I don't know, I guess I'm old enough now that even at church and in politics, same way, I'm ready for the next generation to step up, and do some things. I'm not saying because we got good leadership here, but I think it's just time for the next generation to step up.
Well, that's
and
why
get
there's
their feet wet.
terms. That's why they're not
Sure.
lifetime memberships there.
Yeah.
You got to vote every 4 years.
Yeah,
Except in the Senate.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're talking about the governor of Kentucky's wondering what's going on with Mitch McConnell. He says, I hope he's got great health, but we hadn't heard from him in like 6 months.
Yeah. So, I don't understand that. I would probably if I was up there, I would vote for term limits. Even though I had an office, I would vote for term limits.
needs to
And
be.
they would say, well, term limit is your constituency. So, you know, if your constituents are tired of you, that's your term limit. Well, then, okay, why isn't that good for president then?
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
They apply it to the presidency, but they don't apply it to Congress.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. So, all right, we could get into a whole thing.
Yeah, I don't want to get into
Yeah, I don't
political
either.
debate.
This is Russ's hour.
Yeah, this is the Harvest Financial Hour.
Yeah,
I know. We didn't do anything
over.
about money talk today, but we'll get to that. Remind everybody this weekend. I did a ball game last night. E.O. Kaufman lost a tough one last night over at Tullahoma, 8-6.
Oh wow.
And they're 1-2 on the year, but they're got a good little team, and they're exciting to watch. But this weekend, Loretta travels to Cornersville to start their season, and the big game for in Lawrence County is Lawrence County travels up to Summertown to take on the Eagles.
Oh,
So both those games start at 7 o'clock Friday night.
and that's football, right?
That's
Football.
football.
Wow,
Football.
eight to
Football.
6 scoring football is very odd.
Well, and they don't really have a kicker in middle school, so
Oh, okay.
so you got to go for two. We didn't make our
I
two-point
gotcha.
conversion,
I got you.
so.
Well, that's pretty cool.
But we got all the way down to the 5-yard line with less than a minute to play, and it was 4th down, and we couldn't convert, and it was tough loss. Tough loss.
So Lawrence County's got a female kicker, right? Or
Yeah.
do we still? Is she a
Yep.
senior this year or junior?
She's a senior.
Okay, good.
And
Yeah.
Coach Barnett, he told me, he says, you know, when she gets ready to kick, I just turn my back getting ready for the kickoff because I know it's going to be good.
Yeah,
Yeah, she doesn't miss.
that's cool. That's
So.
cool.
Well, remind everybody your seminar you got coming.
Oh yeah, thank you, Lonnie. I got a seminar at the library next week on Medicare, the ABCs of Medicare, and at 10 o'clock at the library. And unfortunately, I've got to go change my flyer. It's at from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. I will not be there that long. So it's going to be from 10 to 11. And if you're new to Medicare or if you're already on Medicare and want to know what's going on for next year, a lot of things are changing. I don't have all the changes yet because the government waits till like the end of November to tell us what the premiums are going to be for Part B and all that. But next Wednesday, right after my show, I'll be going over to the library and getting ready for my first seminar. I hope to have about eight to 10 of them around. So if you miss this one next week, I'll have another one coming up.
Wow,
All right.
that's good.
Well, thank you, Lonnie, for reminding me of that. And thank Russ Brewer for coming over, and thank Keith for coming in today. I did talk to Jeff Hood yesterday. He's having a great time. I asked him if he's sunburned in Gulf Shores, and he said not yet. And so, but they went on the dolphin tour. They saw
Wow.
the dolphins, and this morning I was going to try to get him to call in just for the heck of it for maybe a minute to update us. But he's on a fishing trip with his son, so he's having a big time.
I hope they got calm seas.
I hope so too. It's hot as blazes down there. I know that.
I've been both ways, you know, and it's not fun when the boat's tossing and turning because they will not turn back for
No.
just you.
No.
You know, they got a
no.
boat full of people.
Well, we went out.
You're just going to stick your head over the side.
That's right.
We went out snapper fishing when they only have a limited season, but we went out one day and a storm come up, and we just sat there and waited the storm out. But that boat was rocking up and down.
It started chumming the water.
Yeah. So, and thanks for Lonnie Box to come in and replace Jeff this morning. We appreciate that.
All right.
Thank y'all for having me here. Appreciate it.
And thank y'all for coming.
Okay. Thank you.
Broadcast services of Prospect Communications.